In an intense battle for transparency and accountability, the House of Representatives, under Speaker Mike Johnson, will go to court to enforce a subpoena against Attorney General Merrick Garland. The subpoena aims to obtain audio recordings of President Joe Biden that were captured during a special counsel investigation conducted by Robert Hur. The decision comes after the Department of Justice, DOJ, refused to prosecute Garland for contempt of Congress. The conflict began when Republicans, led by Reps Jim Jordan and James Comer, demanded access to the tapes. They argued that the audio would shed light on Biden's handling of classified documents. The Justice Department, however, only turned over transcripts, citing executive privilege to shield the actual audio. Republicans voted to hold Garland in contempt, but the DOJ stood firm in its long-standing policy of not prosecuting officials who claim executive privilege. Assistant Attorney General Carlos Felipe Uriarte emphasized that this practice is consistent across administrations. Speaker Johnson criticized what he sees as a double standard in the justice system, highlighting past instances where Republicans like Steve Bannon and Peter Navarro were aggressively prosecuted for similar defiance. Meanwhile, the DOJ's refusal to act on the contempt charge against Garland has left Republicans fuming. They accuse the Biden administration of employing executive privilege as a political shield, protecting Biden from potential electoral damage. This situation echoes previous conflicts where executive privilege shielded officials from contempt charges. For instance, Trump's Attorney General William Barr and Obama's Attorney General Eric Holder were both held in contempt of Congress, but faced no prosecution. Critics argue that this inconsistency creates a perception of a two-tier justice system, eroding public trust. Adding to the controversy, Hur's report portrayed Biden as a sympathetic, elderly man with memory lapses, a characterization that the president and his aides found offensive. Republicans argue that the full audio is necessary for transparency, while the White House contends that releasing it would set a dangerous precedent, potentially deterring future cooperation in investigations. The House's next move involves a legal battle to force the release of the audio recordings. This decision underscores the deepening partisan divide and the House's commitment to what they believe is rightful oversight. While some see this as a necessary check on presidential power, others view it as a political maneuver that distracts from more pressing legislative priorities. As the legal wrangling begins, Americans are left to navigate the complex interplay of legal principles, political interests, and questions of executive privilege. This episode highlights the challenges in balancing transparent governance with the need to protect sensitive information, and it raises ongoing concerns about the impartial application of justice in America.